Hello, this is Peter with another video. So today I thought I'd have another look at my Musa Basjoo just before I give it some protection from the winter cold that we're going to be experiencing in the next few days. So we've had a really mild December. Obviously, as you can see, the leaves have been completely damaged by the cold we had about a month ago at the end of November. Since then it's been incredibly mild, not had any frost during the month of December actually, which is quite unusual, but it isn't going to last. And as I mentioned earlier, in the new year, as we get into early January, we're going to be getting a lot of cold coming in. I can't say exactly how cold it's going to get because every time we check the forecast it keeps changing, and there's, even when I check different sources, they're all showing different temperatures. We've got some are reporting lows of about -1, -2, which wouldn't be a problem really for this particular plant. Others are showing lows of -3, possibly even down to -4 or even slightly lower. But especially once you get into towards the end of the 7-day forecast, it's hard to predict exactly how it's going to go. So I'm going to just assume the worst and give it its winter protection now. Also, I'm filming this on the 30th of December, so I have a little bit of time off, so I thought I might as well do it while the weather's okay today. It's supposed to be going much worse tomorrow. I think it's going to rain, and then after that it's going to start going cold. So I'll get this sorted today. So I have done a number of videos in the past on how I protect my Musa Basjoo, so I'll just keep this quite brief, but I'm going to cut all these dead leaves off first, and then I'll wrap each individual pseudo stem with a few layers of frost cloth, and then over the top of all of that I'll put a big fleece or a plant jacket over the top of the whole thing, assuming it still fits underneath the one I've got, because it has grown since last year, so I'm not sure if it's actually going to fit this year, but yeah, we'll see what we can do. Okay, so I've cut all the dead leaves off. Much harder than I expected. It's a lot easier to cut the leaves off when they've not started to dry up, so if they're fresh you cut them off, it's much easier. That's how I usually do it. Obviously I left them this year till they completely froze through. But yeah, you can see they've actually been trying to grow. I've even cut some of these back a little bit. You can see new leaves have been emerging out of all of these pseudo stems, which, well, is a good sign because it means it's obviously still alive, which I knew that, but it's good for confirmation, I guess. Also shows how mild it's been. So I didn't actually realise just how much this has grown this year. I know I've mentioned it previously that it seems to have grown this as much this year, but actually it's definitely grown a lot more than I expected. This is, I mean, I can't say exactly, but it's going to be at least 8 foot, 9 foot tall, something like that. This is the original pseudo stem in the middle. This one here is I think the first pup, or one of the first pups I put out. She's almost the same height now. So if one of these doesn't flower next year, I'll be very surprised. It's been in the ground since 2021, I think. So it's been a good 3.5 years. I'll have to check back exactly, but it's definitely been in the ground a good few years now. I think this is its 4th winter in the ground. So yeah, I'll get these pseudo stems all wrapped up again. I'll come back once I've done that. Okay, so I've wrapped the main stems here, the 3 main ones at the front. Also this one at the side here. I've not wrapped this one right at the back. It's right against the wall. I can't actually get any frost cloth around it properly, so I'm just going to leave that unprotected bit of an experiment as well, I suppose. I'm not particularly bothered if this one freezes down anyway, because it is right against this wall, so it's not in the best location anyway. This one here was also one I didn't protect last year, I don't think. I might have had the plant jacket over the top of it, but I didn't wrap it or anything. It was absolutely fine right against the wall. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the plant jacket over this because of it being right there, touching the wall. So we'll just focus on these ones here. In particular, these two larger pseudo stems are the ones I'm most interested in, because they're the ones that are the most likely to flower next year. This one also is maybe a year or so behind those two, so I will also protect that one under the plant jacket. We'll see how much of it I can actually cover, because they have grown quite a bit since last year. You can see I mulched around the bottom with all the leaves that I cut off, and yeah, I'll try and get as much as that under the plant jacket as well. I don't want it blowing away in the wind, which is quite likely will happen if I don't get it underneath that plant jacket. But also the plant jacket might not actually touch the ground this year. Just have to see how far I can get it over these. It's taken much longer than I expected to do. It took a while to get all the old bits of frost cloth out the shed, some other stuff in the way, and then I had to get some fresh frost cloth, cut that to size so I can wrap these stems up. Running out of frost cloth now actually. Let's order some more. But yeah, we'll get the plant jacket over these and see how much I can cover. Okay, so I've put the plant jacket over the top of everything. So I am a little bit concerned. It doesn't quite reach the ground. Now these pseudo stems are so tall. It's a very big plant jacket. I think it's about probably over 2 meters in height, maybe 2.5 meters. I can't remember the exact measurements now. But yeah, you can see it's completely covering everything. I managed to squeeze it down the back of that other one. I mainly did that because I just wanted to wedge it against the wall a bit, as I'm quite concerned the wind is going to get underneath and lift it up at some point during the winter. We do get very strong winds here sometimes over winter. I put a few rocks at the bottom, but they're not really doing anything, to be honest. Most of there just to hold the mulch in place. But I might see if I can get a few more and just try and put them around the bottom, but it's barely touching the ground. It's yeah, it doesn't really touch the ground, so don't think this is going to hold very well, but we'll give it a go. Hopefully this does the trick. It worked last year and it's worked in previous years, but yeah, these are just getting too big now to protect, and it's taken me literally hours to get this protected. So once these flower, I'm not protecting them ever again. I don't think. I just want to see a flower for myself on one of these plants, and after that, yeah, we'll just leave them to do their own thing. If they survive, they survive. If they freeze down, they freeze down. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do until one of these flowers. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video on my Musa Basjoo winter protection, winter 2024-2025. Hopefully it doesn't get too cold over the next week. We are predicted to get some sub-zero temperatures, so yeah, hopefully this will do the trick. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and also Happy New Year, because this video is probably going to be out around New Year's Eve, maybe the day before. I'm filming it on the 30th, so it might be tonight it comes out, but it might be a day or two later. So Happy New Year in advance. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.